Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
I'm Scott.
And we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. That was like my, almost like we're doing like, those were Rangers. The exciting voice.
Too bad we're not doing videos. So it can clearly be an overdub from another TV show that is just the English parts are replaced with the white people so that they can sell toys.
Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
Have you watched that show on Netflix, the Toys That Made Us?
Yeah, they just came out with a new series of the movies that made us.
Oh, nice.
They did one with Forrest Gump. That was really cool. Pretty Woman was interesting. I forgot the other ones that I watched.
I never realized it when I was a kid, but it makes me so cynical of the toys we grew up with as kids that like they just went to these like toy fairs, bought robots from all these different brands, and then said, "This is Transformers. Come up with a plot line."
Yeah, yeah. They came up with a toy before they had the story.
They bought the toy from other people. They didn't even come up with anything.
Yeah, well, just whatever.
I don't know. I always thought it was more like the Star Wars action figures things, like what the
Migos and all that.
Well, just like so, Kenner was like they didn't see the movie, but they made the action figures right away.
Yeah, yeah. They had the action figures before the movie came out. Like the whole thing was about merchandising.
Yeah. But at the same time, there was actually like a pre-written story ahead of time. Right. But whereas like Transformers, was G.I. Joe the same way? I think it was.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I watched it, but dang, apparently I've slept since then.
Well, I know what you're doing tonight.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting stuff. That's my goal.
All right. So speaking of forgetting stuff, anything new with you?
Oh, well, speaking of forgetting stuff, we're forgetting to say this episode is brought to you by Big Ear Pedals.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Check out bigearpedals.com. Pretty sure it's bigearpedals.com, or is it bigear.com?
It just Google Big Ear Pedals, and
you can go check out the info on the episode. It should be down there too, usually. But you know what else is down there? The link to our Patreon.
Oh, dang.
This episode's also brought to you by our Patreon supporters, who are awesome peoples. They give us monies every month to be our friends. You too can be our friends for just $5 a month.
Yeah, they also help sponsor things like NAMM content, which if you enjoyed that ridiculous 2-hour drunk episode that we did with 60 cycle hum and 40 watt, that is Patreon money and sponsorship money largely covered a lot of our expenses on that trip and made it possible.
Yeah, it covered our lodging, which was fantastic. So yeah. Thank you guys for letting us be able to go do not stupid stuff, but fun things.
Yeah,
enjoy.
Speaking of which, we just got back from NAMM.
Yes.
Technically this is our first episode since leaving for there. And that set us up with some pretty cool stuff in the pipe.
Yeah. We talked about some cool stuff on the previous episode, which was all of us kind of touching on certain things, but there's a lot of cool stuff we're going to hit on this episode and probably go a little more depth in this, or as in depth as you can in 2 minutes when we go to the lightning round. But first we're going to talk about what's new.
Yeah, I actually have what's new this week.
Okay,
Lots of stuff. So we mentioned this on our drunk episode, but I won a set of in-ear monitors that I'm currently using, which I'm playing around with these days, from Jerry Harvey Audio. Which please, no one look at the price tag on these things because you're gonna mug me.
I'm surprised you got out of the NAMM house with it. Honestly,
I'm not gonna lie. So they sat on my coffee table for about 4 days of me just staring at them, be like, should I sell these? They're really expensive, but I want to know how they sound. But they're really expensive, and the minute I try them, you're going to keep them. Well, either I'm going to keep them, or I'm going to lose so much value on them from them being used that I just don't want. Anyway, I opened them, and I'm using them. They're like a hi-fi system, like really crispy highs and all that kind of stuff. So, are
you going to mold those like you did your Sures and use those?
I might. The universal tips are a little uncomfortable.
Well, you have what, large ear canals or small?
I I think I have large ear canals because like I always use the largest size foam ones with the Shores, and they never feel like I get a complete seal. These I actually went down a size.
So that's ones. Like so I got the AirPod Pros not too long ago, and I have to use the smallest tip for them to feel comfortable and stay in. It's weird. A small ear canal.
Maybe my ear canal tapers and it's just where it sits.
Yeah. All right, let's stop worrying about our size of our ear canals.
Yeah, so that happened. I also just got a Walrus Audio R1 because I've still been kind of on the hunt for a little while. Ever since I got
what
that
have you been
Strymon,
doing for I'm sorry.
Dark World by Chase Bliss Audio, which sounds fantastic and I love, but it's mono.
Yeah.
And I would love it if there was a stereo.
Because you usually run stereo, or I mean, you did for a long time.
So I ran wet dry for a while, which I stopped doing, and I still have this theory that I honestly think we should run mono if you're playing at church. And we all say like, "Oh, it sounds so great in my in-ears because I get the surrounding and all this stuff," but like that doesn't you don't come through in stereo in the house. Yeah,
the juice isn't worth the squeeze because most houses run mono out.
Mono, and if they're stereo, you're panned. Or something, you know, like you're never dead center. The guitar's not dead center, you know, just period. It just isn't. Even in music, it's not dead center unless you're John Mayer doing a guitar solo.
You're shadowing.
So, but since I got the Volante, I do kind of want to play around with stereo a little bit. So, a stereo reverb has been on my list of things to check out.
Stereo's really good when you're at home by yourself and you want to make yourself feel good.
I'm going to just leave an awkward silence there because everyone's insinuating at that.
Oh, you guys are perverts.
Yep.
You guys are horrible.
Anyway, so I did that. And then the other fun one that's coming in the mail here, Love Pedal seems to be back.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't click on anything because I have no monies for it, but gosh.
Yeah, so Love Pedal did another one of their $50 pedals over the weekend thing. So I grabbed one of their tone benders.
Which one is it, the Mark III?
It was a Mark II.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I figured at $50 I can try it and flip it or do whatever I want to do with it. Sell it.
Do you still have the Mark III naked?
I don't. I sold it. The only tone bender I have right now, because I had like 4 tone benders for a little bit there.
Right, yeah.
The only one I kept was Electromotives.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Yeah, because I mean, one, it was a gift.
It's ours. Yeah, it's got our logo on it.
Yeah, I mean, so there's sentimental on top of it. It's good.
It is freaking fantastic. So he also has what's his the fuzz that is the bass, but it can be used for guitar.
Well, so it is a tone bender circuit still, but he modded it and it has all those like tweaks in it, and I don't know.
Oh, the legend, legend.
You know, what's going to be great is I'm going to post this episode before it actually gets released to our patrons, which is that, and Ben's going to comment immediately. It was this.
I said it. It's the legend.
All right.
I remembered what it was. You don't have to yell at me, Ben.
Well, about that.
Maybe he does.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything new with you?
I got my personal massager.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Have you knocked your shoulder bone with it yet?
No.
Oh man.
But oh my gosh, it's so amazing though.
Okay, something weird just happened, dude. You still there? Diaz?
Okay, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Sorry about
you just
that,
went,
guys.
I don't.
My
audio
audio
interface
or something glitched out. Yeah.
I'm not editing that out. We're leaving that in.
All right. Well, then we need to get moving to the lightning round with a bunch of products. We've got gear news out the wazoo. So.
All right. 2 minutes on the clock.
How many passes and how many extends do we get? 2 and 2?
Let's go 2 and 2 this week. Or do we want to go the 1 and 1? And if you finish early, you get one.
No, we'll do 2 and 2.
All right, 2 and 2. Because for those keeping score at home, yeah. Go.
There's gonna be one person with like a mark, like just a board keeping track.
It's gonna be Ben.
No, Ben. Dang it, Ben. All right, so Red Panda announced the Raster 2, which is a pitch delay. So I'm guessing they had a Raster 1, and now this is Raster 2 with apparently more craziness. There's a lot of buttons and knobs on this thing and switches.
It adds stereo outputs, longer delay times, and MIDI compatibility.
This looks insane.
Even has a web-based editor for accessing a few hidden features.
Red Panda just does some crazy stuff.
So you know what's fun about them is they always seem to do the feature and then it becomes more mainstream with another pedal company. Like think about like how like the Tensor and a few of those kind of products, like it took forever for everyone else to kind of like the mainstream to come around on, but like they were innovating it.
Oh yeah. What was the other big pedal by them?
Oh, I thought it was getting brownie points for just saying the Tensor, but
yeah, no, follow up.
Well, quick Google search on Red Panda does not reveal what you want right away.
At least it's not something else. All right, so
the particle granule delay.
The particle delay. That's what it was. That one was huge.
And they have the context, and they have the bitmap. Oh, I kind of want to try the bitmap.
The one thing I'll say about Red Panda is, I mean, they're pricey, but they have so many, so much stuff in this pedal. So it's a $300 pedal, $299.
Yeah, but you're in stereo MIDI delay territory here too. So it's
and you've got MIDI controllability.
Yeah,
you're definitely. I mean, you're not. I don't know. It's just there's a lot in this small pedal. Just really.
Okay, the alarm went off, but it didn't go off.
Okay, well, 5 stars. What's the next thing?
Now, speaking of 5 stars, are you ready for the greatest, best-sounding tube screamer of all time?
Another tube screamer?
Yeah. Godlike is actually coming out with this, where they've worked with the original designer of the tube screamer, whose name escapes me until I
Susumu Tamura.
To release a limited run of the Tamura mod 8 TS808.
Oh my gosh!
It even comes in an Ibanez enclosure still on the top, so they're just buying them and changing them. There's some magic chip in them. Tamura engineered Apex 808. Oh wait, there was another one, which Maxon did last year with him. Based on the same hen's tooth chip. It's an op amp. And it's supposed to be greater. And it's $350. I don't really feel like talking much more about this because, one, it's tube screamers. We've got enough of them. And it's a $350 tube screamer. I just... No. No thanks.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll just go ahead and just skip. Well, we're not skipping. We're agreeing to move on. All right. So KMA Machines has the Guardian of the Worm. I like it because it's got fader knobs.
Is it just me, or does... Yeah, that's actually cool. Is it just me, or do they come out with a new version of the Worm every other week?
Yeah,
it's like the Worm with this, and then the Worm with this.
Yep. This looks really tweakable, though. This looks like a lot of fun.
It has an EQ section, noise gate, which actually the noise gate in this world would be, in their market, would be handy.
Yep.
Heavy Metal 2, KMA, and a both setting. For
what is it, $300?
Oh, at least.
350.
300 euros. So 350-ish when you get it.
Oh, I mean, oh my gosh. It just...
Actually, it's cheaper if you exclude VAT, so...
Yeah.
It'll come in at about 250 euros, so... Add to cart, check out. This another one of those... Nope. I did not accidentally buy it. All right.
Yeah, don't buy it.
I mean, it's an HM2. on top of
All
whatever
right.
the worm is. If you haven't bought a worm yet, here's your chance.
Yep. Are they that like hard to get a hold of that they have to keep releasing new ones?
I mean, they keep doing special editions, and like every time we talk about them, they're sold out already. So,
Well, let's move on to this next thing, which is something I feel like we'll talk about a little bit longer. So IK Multimedia's effects enter the physical world with the new X Gear pedals. A lot of people seem to like these online. A lot of people have been talking about them. I even had people while I was at NAMM say, hey, check this out. Tell me what you think.
I played them.
I played them as well. So you played them. You give us your initial thoughts on it.
So I haven't been able to check one piece of information, so I'm going to say this off the fly. One of the pieces of information I've heard from them, quote, was that it runs on 100 milliamp power, which is really low for a multi-effects. So
yeah,
no power supply issues. I'll say this. One, you look at it and you think Volante the minute you see the packaging. You think the new, you think the current Strymon range kind of shape and enclosure size and whatnot. Mm-hmm. I dialed in a very passable sound for a NAMM floor almost instantly. Like I just grabbed a preset, tweaked 2 knobs, and I was happy with what I heard on the reverb. And I was actually really surprised by their distortion multi-effect doing amp together. I was like, this is good. Like I was expecting way junkier than I heard, because I had such a negative experience with Amplitube. And that's what this is sort of being marketed as, that, okay, we're breaking down Amplitube into these multi-effect boxes. And I'm like, well, that always sounded like junk through my little iRig, whatever. And I never got it sounding good. And so plugging into this, and I was like, this sounds good. But I'm just like, I got to get it home where I'm not by band instruments to make sure I can hear it clearly.
Right.
So that's where I'm at. I'm really optimistic with them.
I mean, here's a little bit of my thing. If they're using the same algorithms as Amplitube or whatever, I don't like the price. So they're $300 each, and
which is $100 cheaper than anything Strymon's putting out.
Yeah, but the problem is the quality. So, like you said, it was. I wasn't able to dial in a great sound there. Of course, that was on the NAMM floor. I keep that in mind.
Yeah, and, I mean, they set me up with a preset that I was like, this sounds like junk, because they always load you up with like some high gainy gated thing, and I'm like, no. I want something that's slightly overdriven. Like, I want to hear like my kind of a sound, and I hopped like 3 presets and found it. So, but there's like 100 presets on these things, so it's like I can also understand if you weren't at the right spot at the right time,
right?
It could be messy, but the other part of it is they're doing 24-bit 192 kilohertz audio sampling, so it's better than much higher audio quality just from a initial just digital side of it than what my iRig into my iPhone is doing. So that could be part of the reason why the iRig I was never very happy with it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really. I wasn't blown away by it. I feel like
you weren't like Strymon's dead to me. This is the thing for eternity.
Yeah,
right?
I definitely was more along the lines of
I'm calling extend.
Okay, all right. So like I've got an issue with if I want to know that it's different.
Does it have to be different? I mean, this is undercutting Strymon and a lot of the competition by $100, $150.
Yeah, but are you offering the same quality? I'm talking about the algorithm. Like that's my issue, is because I mean, honestly, you could put GarageBand in a pedal, and I think GarageBand sounds better than Amplitube, and I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. I mean, I feel like
people use MainStage live and use their rig in MainStage as what they do. That's not unheard of. You don't get to post a big
Yeah.
cool photo of your boots and your pedal board on.
I feel like
Facebook
they
when you do
overshot the price by $100.
You expected full MIDI, multiple presets, all that at $200?
If I'm getting the same old fucking algorithms, yes. If I'm getting the same algorithms, yes.
I mean, at $200,
Because
this would be.
But $200,
ridiculous.
you're still. It's only like, it's not like you're getting all the effects. I mean, if they were like each pedal can do it all, or if they're like one pedal can do it all, oh, that's a $400-$500 pedal multi. But like, this is just.
I mean, speculatively, when we first saw the announcement or like the teases about this, we were thinking it was going to be an all-in-one.
Right. And then you find out that it's like, oh, well, this one just does, it's the same as like everyone else. You got a delay one, you got a reverb one, you got a overdrive distortion one, and then you got a multi effects or like a modulation one, right? Isn't that the way it's set up? Just like everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, how great? I mean, how great would it be if Line 6 came out with this at $300 with the algorithms that are
if
on
Line
Helix
6 came out, but Line 6 already comes out with it, in the HX effects, stuff like that.
Yeah, but that's $500-$600. So a $300 just delays pedal, replace your DL4 or whatever you're still holding on to.
Well, you've got the HX effects that kind of can do that too.
Yeah, but it's impossible to power, and or it's hard to power, and all those kind of things.
Maybe, I don't know. It would take a lot of convincing on this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is, since you and I both have a Volante, I don't think we're jumping to get their tape echo anytime soon, right? Like,
I think that it's a $200 pedal. I feel like what you should be buying is
at $200. What else would you buy at this price point? At that price point,
I don't know. Like, I feel like, but the problem is this is Amplitude,
which leaves a dirty taste in your mouth still.
Right. So I feel like are the Amplitude algorithms really all that special? No, I want to pay $200 for the hardware and get the Amplitude for free. I feel like you're paying $200 for the hardware.
That actually is already included. Yeah, Amplitude is included as with any of these pedals, by the way.
Right, which I get. I mean, it's included because like that's how they that's how you load the stuff on, right?
Yeah. Well, and one of the other things I kind of liked about this idea was if you can have all these, if you say you have a rig of these, you can actually program it all on your desktop without pulling out your pedal board, and then sort of like lay out your set and then load it onto your pedal board was kind of an interesting idea. The same way, like if you are all Helix, you can do it with like Helix native.
Right.
I don't know. We'll see here because I
might even give in to 250.
All right. I mean, we may get a sample in to try out here. We may. So I'd love to hear it sort of back at my house, kind of a scenario. And
I'd love for them to win me over.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's doable. It's just they have to outperform what we think of Amplitude. That's really what needs to happen from a algorithm quality standpoint, because the features are there.
And you get Amplitude 5 SE. What is SE? Special edition?
Probably a light version of it or something.
A light version? I
don't know. I haven't used... I use the free version of Amplitude on my phone. I don't really know.
Right.
So we'll see.
All right,
we'll see.
All right, let's move on to the next thing in the jigger on the list.
Is this one me? I think this is me. Westminster Effects, friend of the show, came out with the Augsburg Deluxe Amp Sim. I think we've talked a number of times. Diaz, didn't you have their other amp sim?
I had the Geneva, yes.
Yeah, you had the Geneva amp sim, which is a Vox in a box without trademark.
Which sounded fantastic.
Yeah. So this takes the same feature set, however, gives a voicing of a let's call it a silver face or a black face Fender.
Right.
So you've got all the 3-band EQ, presence, volume, and gain, as well as a drive-through, a bright switch, and a cab sim included. So I feel really bad about this. We stopped by the booth at NAMM, said hi to Corey, and just kind of I kept meaning to like catch him again, and he was never at his booth again.
Right.
So I feel bad.
I got to play one. I got to play the Augsburg.
You like it?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's. I mean, I'm not really a big Fender amp in a box guy. I usually lean towards Marshall or Vox, but I mean, it definitely was a great, especially great for a pedal platform. Which a lot of people, that's a big thing. They like the Fender cleans to layer pedals on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other nice thing with his stuff is it's an XLR out.
Right
on the thing, so you can just end of your chain, plug in, and you don't need
cut
to
out the middleman.
Yeah. No direct boxes, no line level,
you are the direct
level
box
stuff. Yeah,
I would love to be at a church like, do you need a direct box? Well, I am the direct box. And then you get really weird looks.
Start throwing holy water on you, trying to cast out that demon.
That's why anytime I go to a new church, I bring Alka-Seltzer tablets. You never know when you're gonna need to fake a seizure and mess with people. Anywho, let's keep moving before I really alienate people and get people upset with me.
All right.
I do not feel like people with epilepsy.
What was it? $210?
Yeah, somewhere around there.
That's and coming out August 1st is when orders are circuit shipping. So give them a look.
We also just want to point out that the Effects Loop has no problem with anyone with epilepsy. That was a bad joke on Diaz's part, and he does not speak for the entire podcast. Yeah. All right, let's move on to the next thing. So Boss has a wireless expression pedal. Skip.
Is that a sigh?
Yeah, skip.
Oh, I actually want one.
Do you want to talk about? I'll withdraw my skip. If you want to talk about it, we can talk about it.
I legitimately want one, and here's why.
Okay.
Okay. So I've been. It's no secret. I've been using Quad Cortex, and I like to let it sit on my desk.
Right.
And when you unplug the expression pedal from it, it defaults to toe, or it defaults to heel. So suddenly all my amps go quiet.
Oh wow.
So I would love this to leave it under my desk without a big long extension cord, so I could at least have an expression pedal while I'm programming stuff on the desk.
Okay, so maybe like it's Bluetooth. Is it like how does it? So it only works for certain things, right?
Yeah, I think the Bluetooth is actually specifically for some of the Boss proprietary stuff.
Okay.
But I think it can do it to your computer too with the Bluetooth, and so that you could do MIDI that way.
Okay.
Because you can send it via MIDI. Actually, it sends MIDI. Or
right.
It's MIDI, USB, or Bluetooth.
Huh. How much does this bad boy cost? $200?
Just under $150.
Okay.
So I mean, expression pedal people will be like, it needs a power adapter and all this kind of stuff. Here's the other fun one. If you set this up proper, so I think this will work. Is mainly meant for the Boss guitar, which we should probably just hop into right after this.
Wait, hold on. So you can charge this, right?
Oh, does it have a battery?
I don't know, but I would assume by wireless it means that there'd be no wires.
No, you need a power adapter. You need this. You need this. You need this.
I hate to be that.
It can run on 2 AA's.
Okay, thank God, because I would hate that. You know what? I just want to like email Boss, be like, how do you fucking feel that Diaz was the one that pointed this out for it to be wireless?
Oh,
it doesn't need a power adapter. Yeah. Okay, so it can run off 2 AA's.
Yeah.
That'll last like 30 minutes. Cool.
So you with your Waza Airs would be a candidate for something like this, so that now you have a wah or whatever into your Waza Airs, so you can totally silently rock out while your head
full dad mode.
Full dad mode, right?
Oh my gosh.
So there's that. There's the new guitar coming out from Boss that we'll talk about in a second here, and then the other fun one I thought of with this that would be kind of cool is the you know how Slash has like 8 wah pedals all over the stage?
Yeah, it's the rack mount, and they're all like daisy chained.
So now all you Helix boys could do this. You could put wireless expression pedals all over the stage, and so if you want to come across the stage and do your guitar solo, you can get.
You know what? I'm not even mad about that. I would be like, all right, now I need a Helix in 4 of these. I'm going full Slash or Kirk Hammett.
Yeah. So
sorry, just anytime I think of a wah it randomly plays on stage, it's like you've got to do the solo for Inner Sandman. Exit light. All right.
So we're out of time on this. Should we hop?
Thank God.
I'm gonna.
Are you gonna skip this next one?
No, I'm gonna copy and paste some stuff.
Oh my gosh, you're adding more?
No, I'm moving something. I cut and paste. Since we're talking about it already, Boss also introduced webpage loading. The Urus GS1, a guitar with an onboard synth engine.
You know, it'd have been great if Boss would have been at the show and we could have seen this.
Yeah, but foreign company. They probably couldn't get through the borders.
I'm pretty sure they've got plenty of US based stuff.
Do they? I mean, historically, it's been like Matt Knight and those guys, so.
Yeah, but they've had plenty of the California guys out there too.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, Yoshi's, I'm pretty sure he's been to America.
I mean, he has, but the borders are closed right now, right?
I don't know the rules.
Anyway,
all I know is,
I mean, there were next to no foreign companies at NAMM this year. Like, that was something I don't think we really talked about explicitly, but
Tamagia.
Yeah, but at the same time, those were Californian-based guys. Even though Tajima is Brazilian or whatever. Anyway, we spent a minute over 2 minutes already on this. This guitar is built-in synth, 24 fret, dual humbucker, tremolo designed. Guitar looks like a premium guitar, to be honest with you. And then it's got a built-in synth engine that builds upon Boss and Roland's extensive history of melding guitar and synth technology. Think back to the Boss pickup or the Roland pickups that used to be, you could slide into like a Strat, or actually they came with one. Like they had one with a Strat with it built in. With ready-to-play sounds, an extra synth control knob, adjusting sounds on the fly. Can be controlled via Bluetooth, and
you could use a Bluetooth wah on it.
Yep. And you can save presets on the guitar for quick access.
What the frick are we doing with our lives, guys?
Yeah.
I'm turning in one of those guys where I'm like, okay, enough's enough.
It's $2,200. Are we just going to wait till the Katana version of this comes out and then it gets hacked so we get all the extra access to it? Like we did with the
$400.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want this $2,200 amp? No. Okay. Here's a $150 amp. Okay.
Breaks the firmware. Hey, look, all those features in the $2,000 version are still there in that engine.
All right. Let's move on. Move on to the Shred Factory. A Schecter unveils a set of shred-ready electrics.
Okay, sorry. So, before we dive in, have you seen that meme that's going around with a Schecter boardroom?
You know what? What really made me sad was the fact that I knew what band it was right away.
Oh, did you? Who was it?
It's Five Finger Death Punch.
Oh, okay.
Because the only reason why I know that is what was the Hired Guns movie, the documentary?
That's the only reason I know of that band. Is that movie.
Right. Well, I know that because I'm in the South and they're all like, oh yeah, America. And that's what that band took and ran with.
Hey man, the butt rock, if you can make it in butt rock, it's a pretty good life.
Yeah. I mean, look at Nickelback. They're the most hated band in the world and they still make shitloads of money.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, also in the South, it's where you like a country artist gets canceled for having a video of him yelling the N-word and his sales like quadruple because the South.
There it is. Yep. So Schecter is making things with crazy finishes, sustainer pickups. Locking Floyds. Are they really Floyds, or don't they do their own kind of thing now?
It's actually Phil Flowers. It's Floyd Roses. It's been great. Yeah. All right. Anywho, so just guitars.
If you're the kind of guy that buys these guitars, why are you listening to the show?
That's a good point. I feel, you know what? Honestly, let's not alienate our listeners.
Let's make this clear. I own a Schecter.
Shut up, Scott. Listen, if you own this guitar and you're listening to this podcast, more power to you. Because I'm pretty sure we've said some things that were not flattering to people who had owned these types of guitars before. And you just toughed on through it. You're a champ.
You should join our Patreon and just argue with Tom constantly.
Oh my gosh. I hope we get someone in there that'll just argue with Tom, because at that point I won't say a damn word. I'll just watch it happen. And I'll know when it's about to go down because you'll see a voice message.
You know what deserves a voice message? Kramer coming out with all their new finishes, recreating the 80s pop culture with a custom graphic collection.
All right. We saw these.
Yeah, there's a snake
These are at
one.
the Gibson Garage.
There's a snake and a polka dot one hanging up at the Gibson Garage when we were there.
Yeah. You know what? I like it. I like that Kramer's sticking with that and not trying to completely do something different. They're not trying to reinvent the brand. They're just continuing the heritage of the brand, which is 80s spandex dad rockers.
Every single one of these guitars looks like something that winds up on 60 Cycle Hum. As a Craigslist ad of like,
yeah, who
wants this much money for a guitar?
Right.
They're a Budweiser logo short of that to me.
Yeah, these. So the ones that I've just saw, I don't know. The caution tape.
The hot rod one is the
much.
most tangible one for me. The Feral Cat looks terrible. The Illusionist looks fun.
Feral Cat. I'm so confused. Hold on. I'm not scrolling down fast enough.
Nope. There's one named Danger Zone, and it doesn't have a picture of Archer on it. So
Danger Zone, it should have a picture of Goose.
Danger Zone.
Highway to the Danger Zone.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know who buys these. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't know who buys these at, like, I don't know where these wind up being, like $1,200.
I feel like these are something that you would just go ahead and buy at a garage sale.
All right. My dad just mouthed something at me, and I don't know what he said.
Tell your dad I said.
All right.
I mouthed something back to him.
Cool. Yeah, this is Scott recording from his parents' basement right now. I've peaked in my 30s.
Why don't you get your dad on the episode?
I'll just go, son, what are you doing with your life?
Talking with Diaz. What are you doing with your life? Come on. All the cool kids are doing it.
Actually, speaking of what are they doing with their life, Gibson also released another thing. Their non-reverse Thunderbird bass has joined the Originals collection. I know a few people that were pretty happy about that. All right.
I say we skip it. Because it's a Thunderbird, just not that way.
It's a non-reverse.
Yeah, it's the same. It's Gibson announcing something slightly different and acting like they're changing the world.
That they've already made once before. They're just finally releasing it.
Right. Okay, so let's move on to... I don't know who this person is.
Well, he's got a reverend.
Yeah, okay. Reeves Gabriels? All right, so he's got a signature. What is that? Like a Strat and an SG had a baby?
Could not tell you.
With P90 or so humbucker?
He's been in the
humbuckers
Cure.
For P90s?
He used to play for David Bowie and now is in the Cure since 2012. And was a member of the band Tin Machine.
I was a member of the band 11 Machine.
Oh.
5-play. Sorry, that was my favorite Ryan thing. was just Corey putting his head down and being oh my gosh.
No, I still think the guitar bidets comment was probably my favorite, but anyway. So
okay, how much is this?
I don't see it. Let me talk about it while you look up the price. We got it's a slightly offset, basically double cut shape, 2 P90s, wraparound bridge. And they're Mojotone quiet coil. P90s. So it's supposed to give you a Les Paul special vibe. Carina body, bone night locking tuners, dual action truss rod, has the Reverend bass control contour thing where you can roll off the bass with one of the tone knobs.
So this isn't his first one.
No.
With Reverend. And his other ones went for $1,200. I can't find the price on this. But
that sounds like what a Reverend costs.
Yeah.
Let's be honest, none of us are buying this. Moving on.
Nope. All right, so Vola updates its Oz and Vasti models to a version 3. These look nifty.
Offset tellies. Yeah. Offset waist telly with a weird kind of cut, and offset strat with a kind of... They got a melty look to them.
They remind me of the
Abasi.
Strandbergs?
Yeah, Strandberg, Abasi kind of vibes.
Yeah, but it actually has a headstock.
Yeah. I think they're metally. That's what they are. They're metally.
I don't like the telly one as much as I like the strat one. The strat one looks great, especially in that pink. Yeah, the telly one looks. I don't know. The telly does have like a classic car look to it, though, so I do enjoy that.
Yeah, I mean they kept the pastel color kind of vibe, which is great. The telly looks like a rail in a P rail in the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas you got a humbucker in the bridge on the the Strat.
The Strat-ish.
Any other kind of crazy things we need to talk about on these that make them unique?
No, I mean I think that they look
power
cool.
boost. $1,200 to $1,250 in prices.
Not bad. You think that's a fair price for these?
Yeah.
I mean, $1,250 has me a little curious. I like that Strat though. I really do.
Yeah,
the only thing I don't like is it's only 2 knob.
On the Strat?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people hate the third knob on a Strat, so.
Well, a lot of people can mind their own damn business. Has that been 2 minutes?
Close to it. Let's go.
All right, why is 40 Watt tagging us in a post right now? We're trying to record, sir.
Because he posts 4 times a day, every day. Speaking of why do they keep doing this, Epiphone officially launches its Slash collection. Because we needed more Slash guitars.
Are we skipping this?
No, I think we should just sit in silence of anger
for 2 whole minutes.
Gibson for doing this. We want to like you, Gibson. I really want to like you, and you're doing this kind of stuff.
You know what? But you know what I did enjoy thoroughly though was freaking
the Muse series.
The Muse series. That was fantastic. Especially they had that. It's not a pink. It's like passion purple or something like that.
Yeah, that was a good color. I got a photo of you with that. Did I ever give you that photo?
I think you did.
Okay.
I mean, you might have. But yeah, I fell in love with that guitar. That thing's fantastic. So the SG was $429 and the Les Paul is $499. And I don't know, they were fantastic. They played, for a $500 guitar, $430 guitar. They played great.
Mm-hmm.
But
so these Slash ones come in at about $900.
Yeah.
And I can see
you can put on those Slash ones though.
I can see a dude come in and just like buy all the Slash ones and the Epiphone range because he's like, I have all Slash's guitars.
You know what you need to buy with those? Yeah. Some Ernie Ball Slash signature strings, which are backed by popular demand.
Did we ever figure out what's special about these other than the gauge?
They're 11 and 48s. That's all I know.
Oh, they're plasma enhanced nickel plated steel.
They're the paradigms. Plasma enhanced. Yeah, paradigms.
Neat. And they come in the lunch tin.
Oh yeah, they do. So it's like what, $40 for 4 sets?
Something like that. Which for coated strings isn't ridiculous. Have you noticed you can't buy elixirs like anywhere right now? Like they've been just like sold out forever.
Oh wait, hold on. How many comes in a box? Because it's $35 for a box.
3 sets.
Okay, that's not horrible.
I mean, it's for coated strings. It's consistent.
And you get a cool little tin. I mean,
to put your stuff in.
Yeah, you're stuffing things.
All right.
Well, speaking of stuffing things,
yeah,
my tummy hurts looking at this.
Yeah, so Jimi Hendrix and Dio tribute guitars unveiled by builder Cynosure for Bloodstock Festival's 20th anniversary. I don't know what any of those things are other than Jimi Hendrix. But I also know Jimi Hendrix didn't play one of these. So why does this exist?
Yeah, and like Dio, I get the Dio thing. It's the metal horns thing because it's
a hand doing the horns, and it's like carved wood.
Which is Ronnie James Dio.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the first person to really do that. But he never played guitar.
You know what this is? This is another one of those guitars that wind up on 60 Cycle Hum.
Welcome to the effects slum, where we just talk about stuff that's about to be on 60 Cycle Hum soon.
Yep.
So the Gear Slum they went after. We're gonna start doing the future. Yeah, I feel like the sleuth here could have done a lot more productive things with their time. That sounds horrible. But yeah,
just why any of this?
I feel like you didn't need to do this, man.
Oh goodness, there's a whole interview with this dude.
Nope, I'm not watching that.
Nope. Move on.
Nope. All right, so Solar Guitars makes its multi-scale debut with 2 super shreddable 6 and 7 string S-type guitars.
Skip.
All right, well, that's one of Scott Skips. One of Scott's skits. By the seashore. All right. But we do have to look at this weekend. Harley Benton. Is one P90 all you need in a guitar? Harley Benton's new €200 DC6 Junior says, yes, indeed. I like this.
I figured you'd like it. I mean, this is you. It's a blue SG.
Yeah, it's only got one pickup, and it's a P90. I can swap that out. I'd probably swap it out anyways. 12-inch radius fretboard, C-shaped deck.
If you don't like their wraparound adjustable whatever thing, you can actually replace it with whatever you want.
Right. I mean,
Harley Benton. We've seen decent necks off Harley Bentons, so
yeah,
$200.
It's just
plus another. I don't know what.
We'll say $300 shipped.
Yeah.
I mean,
now doesn't Epiphone make something at that price point once it's shipped?
Probably. I don't know. I'm weird about SGs where I don't know if I do an off-brand. I like the Muse SG, and that would stick with Epiphone with that brand. I don't know. I'd have to check this out. The problem is with Harley Benton is I don't get to actually play them, and I need to stop popping my P's.
Your plosives.
Yeah. My fucking taff. All right. Yeah. I don't know. I like it. I'm curious about it. That's 200. I mean, I wish I was as cool as Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum and got to go over to Germany.
Or they just say, hey, what do you want? And he gives them a list and they send them to him.
Yeah, that'd be cool too.
I mean, so we tried a Harley Benton the other week, but it was like heavily modded at that point. So
yes. Yeah, that's true. But yeah, it was a decent playing guitar. Didn't we already talk about Harley Benton acoustic? This one?
No, there was a high end one the other week. This is the new low end one.
I thought
128 euros electroacoustic.
Oh wow, electric acoustic. That's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
I wonder if it's just like a cheap the ones that you just attach to the body.
No, it looks like a piezo.
Okay.
Now, you know what actually make that sound really good with a basic piezo? It would be Nembrini Audio has just come out with the acoustic voice plugin, which allows you to load IRs of acoustic guitars into it and have EQ and all the fun things, which is something I've been talking about for a while. Just running an IR of an acoustic guitar into an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, that Moore Radar, you absolutely went nuts with it.
I went nuts with it and then immediately stopped using it because I then had a Kemper and a Quad Cortex I can run it through. But
right.
Yeah, it's a great place to start. This has a bunch of IRs already built into it, both from Martin, Gibson, Landola, Guild, Taylor.
Taylor? Yeah.
Yep. Bunch of different mics. So there's a lot of cool opportunities here. And actually, frankly, it's not that expensive. It's a, what is it? $40 to start, and it's going to go up to $100. So not a bad price for a plugin. And they also have a version that can run on your phone.
Can we talk about how I absolutely love that one company was like, never pay another cent for an upgrade again, but you still have to pay $9.99 a month for the subscription? Yeah. I was like, you don't have to pay another cent again, just 999 of them every month.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think
the whole subscription model. I mean,
which, like, I get the subscription model. We've talked about it, how it's, I mean, it's not a horrible thing. But
I mean,
like,
I do it with Pro Tools, right? Like I pay the monthly fee instead of the indefinite fee because I want the updates for Pro Tools. But I also got pissed off about it with all the Waves plugins I bought over the years, not being able to update them. And I had a bunch break and I had to pay for an upgrade fee for them. So
you could have just been paying a subscription fee.
Yeah. I mean, Waves has rolled out a subscription fee now.
Yeah, it's 999 cents a month.
Yeah, it's actually more than that, I think.
Well, that was just the thing I saw.
I mean, you're going to see more and more and more subscription fees as we go on because, one, we're so broke that we can think in monthly payments, but we can't.
Surprise, motherfuckers! $10 a month for the effect soup now. Sorry. Sorry, 999 cents a month. We'll say it like that. It'll sound easier. That's how we lost half of our... That's how we lost half of our listeners, and we're back down to 10.
Oh man, all 6 of them. Yeah. Anyway, we've gone over time. Let's talk about. Have you seen these new Boss gig bags that they're coming out with?
I have not. Why don't you tell me about them, Scott?
So they're coming out with 2 different ones. They have neck supports and whatnot. So there's the CBEG10 and there's the CBEG20. You know, great, easy to remember names. The base model comes in at $80 and they go up to $150.
I feel like I'd have a total meltdown trying to order this. I'd be like, I want the CBEG20.
It's still not as bad as trying to buy an Ibanez guitar.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
RG17964.
Yeah.
1 digit off and you get a totally different guitar.
So
absolutely.
This continues to kind of to grow this whole moderately priced but decent gig bag realm.
Oh wow.
That seems to be growing. So like this is going after Gator. This is not going after mono.
Right.
But it's got like a strap lock or a neck lock blocking thing, which is always good if you have a Gibson or frankly any acoustic guitar or any guitar really. I love them in every guitar case I have that has those. Price point, you know, $80 to $150.
Yeah, that's
very
not
doable.
bad. I mean, Boss has for the past few years really been going into the accessories world.
Mm-hmm.
And now, I mean, the guitar world, but like, I mean, they're trying to get out of just being your pedal company. They're trying to be more. They have the patch kits and everything like that. And I mean,
yeah, I mean, they keep they're not coming out with the cheapest things on the market necessarily, right? Like they're not battling over that underpriced market, but everything they put out is like good, comparable with the competition. Right. And it like if I was starting out right now and with all the guitar forum love for Boss that there is, you know, it's like, oh, cool, it's Roland Boss. I know this company. I know I can trust it. They don't make anything that's bad.
I feel like Boss should have been like they should have been like, our pedals are built like a tank, so are our cases. If they did like hard cases.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to encourage you to like drive over this case with a truck like they do the Boss tuner. But
time to get my Gibson out of the case then. Give me 1 second. That would not be a good idea.
No.
Not even close. If your Gibson looks at a truck, the neck breaks. All right. Is this our last thing?
Do you want to talk about this one, or do you want to just kind of skip it?
Roland and Ville's drums.
Skip.
Yep. All right.
That gets us to our topic.
So you know what? You're gonna be really upset with me. I can't really discuss this topic that much. I haven't listened.
So it's been 2 weeks. You have not listened to John Mayer's new album yet.
No. I listened to the one song everyone's like, oh, when's Toto gonna sue him? And that's about it.
Neat.
I mean,
well,
yeah,
you've
I
heard
feel like
you've heard New Light before,
possibly. I don't know,
because it's like 2 years old at this point.
Call Ian, get him on speakerphone. It's like him.
I could. He's like FaceTiming me like 3 times a day already.
Oh my gosh, Ian.
Days he works from home. I really don't think he does much work. But
yeah. Well, all right. So, I mean, is the whole album like the single?
No.
Okay.
I mean, it's a softer album. Like here's the conundrum. Like, we've already heard the big singles from the album. There's not like a secret big single that's just waiting to come out.
Yeah.
And it's everything on it is quality. But I'm just kind of confused on it because it's not Continuum. You know, like I don't think this is not the album that's going to like reshape or, huh?
He'll never do another Continuum.
I don't think. I mean, that's too much to ask from him.
Yeah, that album. Honestly, that album just captured a moment and captured like a time in his life, and where he also had a very big change with musically bringing in, and we mean spending a lot of time with Steve Jordan and Pino Palladino, and they had a big effect on that album too.
Well, considering it was Heavier Things and then Continuum, right?
Right.
I mean, Heavier Things was like him finally picking up an electric guitar as his primary instrument.
Right, because Room for Squares, he did a lot of the acoustic stuff.
Yeah, Inside Wants Out was a lot of the same songs.
Right.
So there was like, that was the John Mayer Goes Electric, and then you just get this masterpiece of guitar in a lot of ways. So this album's cool. I think you'll like it. I don't want to kind of ruin it for you, but there's a lot of homages to the 80s, and so there's like a Dire Straits song, and then there's the Eric Clapton song, and then there's the Toto song.
I don't know if I'm gonna like that though,
where it's not like straight ripping off, but at the same time, you're like, oh, he's grabbing the feel of this. He's grabbing the feel of this.
So I feel like John Mayer's turning into Turkey. So, you know, you've got like turkey bacon and turkey all this. I'm like, just be Turkey. Like, I love just plain old turkey. I don't need you to try to be something you're not. John Mayer, quit. Just be a turkey. Just be a jive turkey. Put out some good music. Stop trying to be turkey bacon. That's all I'm saying, John Mayer.
I had a turkey burger on Friday, and it was fantastic.
For fuck's sake, this is the stuff I'm talking about. So I went to my friend's house.
It had avocado on it, and
avocado. It makes me sad.
My girlfriend had a shrimp burger. It was interesting.
Okay, now that would have me curious.
So it's ground shrimp, all packed together, and then they kind of fry it. So it's kind of like it feels like a crab cake almost, but it's like a shrimp cake.
Yeah, but that's like, how often does shrimp try to be something besides shrimp?
Not very often.
Right. I can handle it, kind of experimenting a little bit, like we'll try something new for not turkey,
but absolutely no turkey whatsoever.
No turkey. I'm done. Like,
okay, here's a follow-up question. Do you watch Rick and Morty? And did you catch last night's episode?
I do not watch Rick and Morty.
Okay. The whole episode's about turkeys. So like mutant turkeys and the real meaning behind Thanksgiving. So maybe you need to go watch that now.
my kids are like, they pushed me on Rick and Morty, and honestly, I don't know what's happened to me, but I can't, like, it's almost to the point where I can't watch pointless shows anymore. Like, I don't know. I don't know what
someone
it is.
Whose password you're borrowing for multiple streaming services, I highly disagree that you can't watch pointless shows anymore, because
I only use one. I only use HBO Max.
You have my Hulu and my Disney Plus as well.
I don't use your Hulu. I have my own Hulu.
Okay.
I don't use your Disney Plus either. Not anymore. I upgraded my Hulu. Now I got Disney Plus and ESPN Plus.
Yeah, ESPN Plus is the most pointless streaming service ever.
Yeah, I just did it for the Disney Plus.
Yeah.
But I mean, I watched some pointless stuff, but like Rick and Morty, I don't know. Maybe it's, I don't know. I'm getting old.
I was going to say, you just started watching
damn
something
kids.
on HBO Max.
What?
I noticed when I opened it up the other day.
Friends?
Maybe it was Friends. Hang on. Continue watching. You watched Ed, and Eddie the other day.
That's because I had my son over. And we had to put on a point. I literally said we need to find a pointless show. So because we're working on a puzzle. Are you questioning my parenting skills right now, Scott? Are you trying to say I'm a bad dad? No, I'm just kidding. All right. Speaking of being a bad dad, I'm just kidding. I don't know how that would translate into anything. But John Mayer album. So what do you say, Scott? Is it good or is it great?
I say it's good.
It's good. All right.
It's good. I enjoy it.
Is it on Apple Music? I'm guessing it is.
It's on every streaming service.
Awesome.
I think you'll like.
Okay.
Oh, what's the ones? I guess I just feel like has like a fantastic guitar solo on it.
Send that one to me.
Or you can just look it up.
I guess I'll listen to it this week, and I'll report back next week.
I'm glad you're going to listen to it after we do an episode where it's the topic, so you can report back.
In all fairness, we don't pick the topics out that early, so.
In all fairness, we weren't supposed to have a topic this week, and I just threw that in there for fun.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. You can go to theeffectsloop.com and check out all the links. Go check out Big Ear Pedals. Just Google it because I'm going to mess up the web address. And also, you can check out our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/theeffectsloop. Give us money. It's really cool. Also, if you would like to, you can always check out our link for Stringjoy. If you're ordering your Stringjoy strings and you've heard of them because of us, or we reminded you to place your order, helps us out. It gives you a good feeling in your heart. But anywho, go check out all this fun stuff on the website. For the Effects Loop, I'm Diaz.
I'm Scott.
And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye. We'll do something.
Threadless.
All right.
We are strong. We have to just keep pushing along. We are one. So let's come together, show 'em some love. There are many things that this world needs, but the most important one is unity. United we stand, divided we fall. Through the ages this has been.
And we're big. We're big.
Is that our new mantra? We are Big Ear.
We are. Is that we are farmers? It's one of the football
We
commercials.
are farmers. Pump it up, pump, pump, pump.
Oh, did you see? It was Neil Patrick Harris was hosting some award show, and J.K. Simmons won an award.
Mm-hmm.
And he like did his acceptance speech and walked away, and then Neil Patrick Harris just ad-libbed it right where he's like, bum ba dum bum bum bum, just like at an award show teasing the guy about having an advertisement.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, tease him all the way to the bank. I'm sure he makes pretty good money on that.
Well, yeah. Now that the Olympics are on, I'm seeing commercials again, and that woman who's been doing the Toyota commercials has been doing it like a decade now. Like, good on her. I don't think she's done anything else, but like, good on her if she's still doing the Toyota stuff.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
It's a brunette woman who used to be like, they pretended that she was like the receptionist at the Toyota dealership, and now it looks like she got promoted, and looks like a saleswoman. So I don't know who it actually is.
Oh, I don't know. I don't pay enough attention. Her name is Laurel Koppock, or Koppock, Coppock.
Okay.
She was in Two Broke Girls, Crazy Stupid Love, Workaholics, Modern Family.
Wow. She's done
She
some
plays.
rounds.
She's most famous for playing the role of Toyota Jan in Toyota commercials.
There you go. Toyota
Jan. Toyota Jan. Well,
again,
welcome.
Good on her. I mean, how long of a deal she's had doing that?
I'm not looking that up.
Like Flo from Progressive, that woman's been just killing it for years.
Yeah. All right, you ready to do this?
Make the love